So it's March, we're in Edinburgh. It's a typical Edinburgh day for March. It's 45 degrees and rain outside, so it's a day we spend inside. Kristen's gone off to the co-working space to get some work done. I'm relaxing today. Decided to give you all a tour of the apartment here, since this is an indoor day. As you can see, it's a pretty posh place. We were kind of surprised when we got here how nice it is. It's a one bedroom, pretty decent sized, 1.5 bathrooms. It's, I think, Georgian style. It's in Newtown. It looks really luxurious, and it's actually really nice. It has a few rough edges, but nothing that's a deal breaker for us. Cost for this time of year was around £100 a night. And just to give you a reference on that, the Marriott Courtyard a few blocks up the road is $160 a night. So we have a full place with a full kitchen for almost half the price of a hotel room, which works out really nice. So we can cook, we can relax. The living room is really comfortable. We can lay on the sofa and watch TV. We can look out the window. We can just actually live in the place, which is the whole sort of essence of the slow travel, is being able to sort of settle in and just live in the environment. If we were in a hotel room, we would be trying to find any reason we could to get out of the hotel room and get out into the world, because it's not that comfortable. It's sort of a cramped environment. Here, you know, we can just relax and just be living like we would at home, which is kind of good. This time of year is not a great time of year to come to Edinburgh. It's cold and rainy and windy. We came here because our daughter is in school in Scotland and her Easter break is coming up. So once she's released from school, we're going to take a few weeks down in Great Britain and just look around there for a while. So anyway, this place is, as you can see, it's nice and luxurious. It's an old style. It has floor-to-ceiling windows, a nice kitchen, 1.5 baths, well furnished. Probably a little too well furnished. We're really scared of spilling wine on any of the sofas here or on the carpet. But so far we've been lucky and everything's been nice and clean. All right, so let me give you the tour around the apartment here. This is the living room. As you can see, it's got some nice plush sofas. Pretty nice to watch television in the evening or just relax. Floor-to-ceiling windows, which are great for light, bad for cold. This time of year and night, it's probably 35 degrees outside. So we have to close these wooden shutters that are with the windows and pull these drapes just to keep heat in the place. There's a nice kitchen with a washer dryer and a dishwasher and a gas stove that works really well. It's spacious, nice kitchen table. We're working from the kitchen table. Kristen actually went out to a co-working space, but I prefer just to stay here and set up on the table so that I can enjoy myself. I guess I'm just lazy. Okay, another view of the living room, which is sort of the highlight of the house. Television looks small, but actually it's a perfect size for this room. We were looking at the photographs on the rental site and thought that the television looked like it was the size of a postage stamp, but that's just with the wide angle lenses. It just makes it look a lot smaller than it actually is. Some street sounds coming in, but not too bad. Really quiet at night, so we were really happy with that. So this is the front of the apartment. Let's go into the back. This is the entry area. It has a half bath behind that door. Bedroom is in the back of the house. This is the door to the stairway inside. Let's look out there. There's automatic lights out here that turn on when you move around. Let's get these on. Come on, there we go. Really interesting here. A nice stairwell. I guess you can't see much in this angle. So we're on the second floor. So it's 1, 2, 3 little flights of stairs to get up here, but it's very nice and comfortable. And then this is the rest of the interior. So the inside of the building is well kept. I've been told this is where servants would leave food and other items in the past when this was a residence. So the bedroom is a little messy, but we're not going to clean up everything. The bed is a decent size, about a queen size. Really nice bedding and pillows. We were really happy with that. A large window in the back. There's a bathroom here, full bath with a halfway decent shower. It's actually a very large bathroom. As you can see, there is a armoire that contains towels and linens and things. So overall, we're really happy with this place. It has some rough edges and some little quirks, but overall, it's been a very comfortable place to live while we're here, and just gives you an entirely different experience when you can enjoy actually sitting in your flat during the day. Maybe going out to get lunch or coffee or just enjoy yourself, but coming back to a place that's like home. The apartment's in Newtown in Edinburgh, which is the downtown area. It's pretty close to everything, but it looks closer on the map. Once we got here and realized that the bus stop which we go to, which has most of the bus routes that we want to take, is at least a half a mile away, which, cold, rainy, windy night is sort of a long walk. The grocery stores are 1/2 a mile to like 0.7 miles away. Sort of a little bit of a hike. And there's lots of hills, which makes it more difficult to get around here. But overall, we're pretty happy with the location. So Edinburgh is a pretty good place for a slow travel trip for Americans. They speak English here, so everything is familiar and comfortable. It's a nice sized city. It's not too large. It has decent public transportation. It's pretty safe overall. Lots of good restaurants, lots of history to see, lots of side trip areas to go to. If you're still working, there's lots of co-working spaces. You can get gym memberships. I joined a gym for the month here. It's a nice old Victorian age gym with a beautiful swimming pool, a sauna, and a steam room. There's decent grocery stores. They're a little walk from here, and you can also take a bus to get to other ones. When you're down in a downtown area in the city, a lot of the grocery stores are kind of the bodega style stores. They're smaller. They have just essentials. The larger stores are usually located in slightly more residential areas. So when you're looking for an apartment to do some slow travel on, it can be a little difficult. When we were looking for this place, we saw the ads and thought this is a little too good to be true. And this wasn't through Airbnb or Booking. It was through a local company. They didn't have any reviews. The approach was kind of a trust us approach, and I generally don't go for that kind of thing, but we took a chance on this place. We were actually lucky because our daughter lives here, and she came in and looked at the place before we rented it to make sure that it was as advertised, and she was impressed. So we were real happy with the result. But the things we look for when we're looking for a apartment for a longer stay, we want to have a really decent bed that's the right size. I'm 6'3", so I take up a lot of space. So we need at least a queen bed. King is better. We want to have a decent kitchen that's well equipped. We want to have a decent space like this living room because you're going to spend a lot of time just living in the apartment. And if the living room has uncomfortable couches or looks too stark or just looks cold and unwelcoming, it's not going to be a place that you're going to be comfortable hanging around and spending some time in. So one thing we look for is a space that looks like it's been decorated, that looks like a home versus a cheap rental apartment. Another must-have with us is a decent kitchen. You need to have the proper equipment in the kitchen, a decent-sized refrigerator because a lot of these European refrigerators are really small. Washer and dryer is essential because that lets you carry less clothes during your trip. You can do laundry twice a week, so I end up wearing basically 2 pairs of pants and 2 or 3 shirts and keep laundering them while we're here. So I could come with just a carry-on bag if I needed to. We want to have enough space, at least for us, to work. We are doing some work while we are here. You can see I've got my computer set up on the desk, on the kitchen table here right now. And having enough space to spread out and get your work done really makes a difference. This place also, since it's Great Britain, has a nice tea kettle. It has a Keurig coffee maker. I'm not a big fan of Keurig, so I just use the French press over there. Gas stove makes a big difference. Nice pots and pans. Now, you really can't evaluate how well a kitchen is equipped when you're looking online, but you can get a sense. It's good to look at reviews if they're available and see if anybody says anything about, whether the pots and pans are usable. I mean, one thing that we always run into is that any pan that's got Teflon in it looks like somebody had sauteed rocks and just destroyed the finish. So we often buy a small frying pan, from the local convenience store, $20 or less, and use that during our time here. The speed of the internet's also a big concern, especially with us because we're working while we're here often. This internet that's here right now is kind of slow. It's about 20 down and 1 megabit up, which causes some problems. You can go to a co-working space if you need really fast internet to upload things, but that's something that is a kind of a deal breaker with us. If we don't have decent internet, then we'll look for some other place. And it's a question we'll usually ask. Lots of people who are renting apartments will show a speed test result for their internet and put that in their advertisement. The television in this place is kind of small, but it's decent. It's a smart TV. It gets lots of channels, lots of local channels and national channels, which is great because when you're in a foreign country like this, it is really enjoyable to be able to sample their media and just to get a sense of what people are watching, what they like. Get the news from their media. Here it's BBC or Sky News, and it's interesting to get these other perspectives on current events and on politics and just get an alternative view. Okay, so anyway, this is our slow travel apartment for March and April 2024, Edinburgh, Scotland. It's a great place for slow travelers to visit. I would wait, if I were you, until it gets a little warmer outside. This time of year it is cold and rainy and windy, and unless you brought enough clothes, it's not that great to be walking around outside. Although there is great bus transportation and Ubers everywhere, and those British taxis, the black British taxis that are so great. So thanks for watching and enjoy your travels.